In this episode, loads and loads of people about. How bloody nice was that? I have no idea where I'm going to camp. Some people call them the wheelstones, some people call it the coach and horses, and that'll be my good deed for this wild camp. You can't beat it. And got myself an erection. Somebody could murder you. I faced the fear and did it anyway, and that's what I want to talk about. Hang out with me on another great wild camp at Thorpe Cloud, Dovedale in the Peak District. Howdy gangsters. So in this episode I'm back in the Peak District. I'm looking to do a wild camp. I am about half a mile away from Dovedale Stepping Stones. I've got the Thorpe Cloud rock right in front of me here. So I'm going to make my way down towards the Stepping Stones. I'm going to do a circular in this vicinity. I have no idea where I'm going to camp, but there's plenty of places. I can see a lot of peaks around. If I can find a nice flat spot somewhere high, away from everybody. It's Bank Holiday Monday. It is 6:05 in the evening and there's still loads and loads of people about. I did have a nice big roast dinner earlier. The wife cooked me a lovely roast dinner. I'm probably not going to be eating until 8:30, 9 tonight once the sun's gone down. I've not got a lot of food. It's nothing extravagant, really simple stuff. So we're going to chill out, relax, we'll have a chat as well, and I'll see you a little bit later on. All the best. Right guys, okay, that was just way too many people for me. So I'm up on slightly higher ground now and I'm still going higher. And hopefully we'll have a good night's camping. I was not anticipating that many people to be about at this time on a bank holiday. And I know it's school holidays, but still, you know, it's starting to get dark at like 8 o'clock, 8:15 now. But I suppose, you know, with the kids not having to be up for school and stuff, people are just staying out later. Tell you what, don't matter how many times you do this or how fit you are, this still takes it out of you. But I tell you what, that sun going down over the trees there, over the back of the trees, and I'm just coming up now and there's just a valley. Beautiful and so peaceful. Can't hear a soul. Love it. Still going up. We're good for time though, I think. Let's have a look. What are we on? 10 to 7, just gone 7:15. So we've got loads of time. Let's get to the top of here, see what's about. Beaut. Hey up. Like I said, guys, in a couple of the previous videos, there is always a see you next Tuesday about. Honestly, man, just balls you pissed in it. Look, I don't want to pretend to be holier than thou. None of us are perfect, but surely if you want to come and enjoy places like this and continue to enjoy them, what the fuck is that all about? Why can't you just take it home with you? Oh. Absolute. I'm not going to say it, guys. I'm not going to say it. See you next Tuesdays. That's what they are. It's views like that that make it all worthwhile. The sweating, the puffing, the panting, the aches and the pains on your calves. Oh, talking of calves. Hello. Hello. You don't end up on my plate, honestly. Yeah, you don't end up on my plate. I know you're just a big dog in disguise. Yeah, ain't you? You're just big dogs in disguise. Hello. Oh, we've got a little lamb as well here. Hello. Hello. Lovely, ain't you here, lot, eh? Eh? I know some people will disagree with me, but these are not products. They are living, breathing, sentient beings. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful, the lot of you. Enjoy your evening, guys. All the best. All the best. And ta-ra for a bit. How bloody nice was that? Beautiful. And that is all there is to it. Still looking for somewhere to pitch up for the night, guys. There's plenty of places, you know, the only problem is it looks quite rocky in places. This would have been ideal if it was a little bit more flat, but I'm going to keep walking in that direction because my car is back that way anyway. So, well, no, my car's over there. So yeah, I'll keep walking. I'm sure we'll find somewhere. What time are we on? We are on 7:10. So I've got an hour and a half before it actually starts to get dark. So I've got plenty of time. So yeah, let's crack on. Oh, shit. Steady, steady, Deggers, steady. Tell you what, there's something about this, guys, that I just absolutely love. Like the element of not really planning. Like I knew whereabouts I was coming, but the fact that like we've got what, about an hour, and I've still not found anywhere suitable to pitch. I actually quite like that. I've every time I've been on a wild camp, it's been like this, and I think it sort of adds to that little bit of nervous excitement. I think the only time that I knew exactly where we were going was the time when we went up by Ladybower, and I went with my mate Joe, and we camped at the Wheelstones. Some people call them the Wheelstones, some people call it the Coach and Horses. But all the other times I've camped, I've not really known exactly where I'm going to pitch my tent. Now I'm hoping, because this is a bit of a climb here again now, I'm hoping that there's somewhere suitable up there. But I tell you what, look at that for a view. Right then, I'll come back to you when I've climbed this bad boy. Oh man. This is looking good. This is looking promising. Plenty of flat spots. And the views, whoa, absolutely fantastic. Oh yes, you can't beat it. Right guys, I'm cracking a beer open. I've only gone and got myself an erection. So my tent's all set up. I'm in the trusty Helm Compact one once again. Absolutely love this tent. Small footprint. Absolute tank of a tent. There's a nice breeze, nothing that's going to bother me. In fact, I welcome it because there was lots of mozzies earlier. But just look at that. Look at that for a spot, guys. That is going to be lovely waking up to that. Let's hope we have a really good sunrise. What time are we on? We are on 10 to 9. So I'm going to just chill out for about 20 minutes or so. You see the sun going down over there. So I will come back to you in a short while and we'll have a little chat. tastes good, man. And no cows killed. I think you know what I'm going to say, guys. That is absolutely banging. Because, like I've said to you, and like I say in pretty much every single one of my camping videos, when you come camping, you could bring any old shite and it just tastes good. Honestly, that is absolutely banging. So it's the naked Japanese style katsu curry, long grain rice. It's mild in spice and it's plant-based. And did I mention? It's absolutely banging. No, but on a serious note, you see a lot of people, and they buy these ones from what's the outdoor place? Is it Go Outdoors? Yeah, Go Outdoors, and places like that, and buy them online, and they pay like 7, 8, 9, 10 quid for a pouch of dehydrated food. I think that was a quid. I think that was just over a quid. And it's absolutely banging. What are you paying that much money for? What's the matter with you? Honestly. Stuff like this. I can understand buying that expensive stuff that's like super high in calories. If you're on like multi-day hikes and you need the energy and all that kind of stuff. What the hell was that? But when you're just out for like an afternoon hike, so I think I've hiked about 5 kilometres, 6 kilometres, not that far at all really. Up and down the hills was quite tough. But yeah, like, I think multi-day hikes, fair enough, you know, because they are like complete meals, high in calories, and all that kind of stuff. Whereas this isn't, this is about 300 calories, I think. But you know what I mean? Like, just for one night, it does you. Bring you snacks and that as well. I've ate that steak stuff, the squeaky bean, fake steak. That's lovely as well. And yeah, like, you don't have to pay an absolute fortune for your food. You can. Like, I've been extravagant before. Like, if you remember my Helvellyn one, that oh, I can't remember the name of it. That posh steak stuff, the plant-based steak that I bought there. That's quite expensive. You know, sometimes you might want to splash out, but you don't always have to. Seriously, if you've not tried that, try it. It's good for camping, nice and easy. Just boil your water up. Can't go wrong. Anyway, just going to finish this up and I'll come back to you and just want to have a little chat about a couple of things like some of my mates have said to me, like this year and recently. Actually, I had a conversation with them last week about wild camping and how they don't think they could do it, and then, you know, like the conversation that I had, and I just want to talk about it to maybe inspire somebody that's watching, because I got inspired just by watching other people. So yeah, anyway, I'm just going to finish this and we'll have a little chat about it. So, a couple of my mates had some conversations over the last few months, but literally one last week, where a couple of my mates have like asked me like how it's going, and like that, you know, I've kept it up, like the hobby, and of course I have, because I enjoy it, because I love it. But they said that they don't think that they could do it, and so of course my immediate question is like, well, why don't you think that you could do it? And like the one of them's just like, oh, I don't know, I just don't know if I could go out on my own, and you know, in like the middle of nowhere and what have you. And I'm like, well, but why? Like, I get it because I've been through it myself, but like, what are you actually scared of? What's your fears? Oh, well, I don't know, just like, it's just like you're out there on your own, ain't you? And it's like pitch black and it's quiet, and and I'm like, yeah, it's awesome. But I get it because obviously I've been through it myself. So what I wanted to say to people is first and foremost, like, just so you can see that I've actually been through it myself. If you've not watched my first solo wild camp, watch it. I'll leave the link in the description on this video, and you can actually see like how nervous I was and how scared I was. But I faced the fear and did it anyway, and that's what I want to talk about, because there's too many people in this world that don't do things because of fear. They let the fear rule their life. They let the fear dictate what they do. Now, in terms of like something like this, ultimately what I say to my friends, and what I'd say to people that like sort of look at it, watch people on YouTube and think, oh, I'd like to give that a go, but I'm a bit scared. Ultimately, it comes down to, how much do you want to do it? Do you really want to do it, or does it just look nice when you're watching it? Because if you want to do it, then you should make the effort to do it despite your fears. Because fear is one of those things that holds people back, and ultimately they don't live a good life because of that fear. And it's honestly, it's a waste of time, it's a waste of life. Fear in and of itself really is, it's just an irrational thought. Okay, so couple of examples is, you know, somebody said, oh, for instance, my mom, okay, Jill, she's been in one of my videos. She said, oh, I couldn't go out there on my own. What about somebody could murder you? And it's and it's funny because, yeah, of course, someone could, but percentage-wise, you are much more likely to be murdered at home in your hometown than you are coming out into the hills like this and camping in a tent. That's just a fact. That's a statistical fact. Okay, so we can put that one to bed. Other things like noises, wild animals, insects, all that kind of stuff. Honestly, you don't really see them all that much. And if that is the case, if that is something that's holding you back, just go during the colder months when there's not as many of them. So, like, there's always a way around things, but ultimately, letting fear dictate what you want to do and letting fear stop you from doing things that you want to do is a real shame. It's like, it always reminds me of the Karate Kid 3 at the end, where Daniel LaRusso is fighting Mike Barnes, the karate bad boy, and all the way through the film, like, he's bullied him, hasn't he? And like, he's actually scared of him. So he's defended his title at the end, and then I think after like the third or fourth time, he just gets beat to a pulp. He lies on the ground and he's giving up, and Mr. Miyagi comes over and he's trying to motivate him to get back up, and he's like, what's the matter? Like, are you scared? What's the matter with you? And LaRusso's like, yeah, okay, I'm afraid of him. I admit it, I'm afraid of him, okay? And Miyagi's like, look, it's okay to lose to your opponent, but you must not lose to fear.
It's okay to lose to our opponent, must not lose to fear. Yo, I'm afraid.
And I just think that's brilliant. I think that is so true, and I think it's brilliant. I just love that bit. And then obviously LaRusso gets up, he does his kata, you know, and wins, as they always do in them kind of films. But ultimately, the message behind it is a good one, a very good one. So what I would say to anybody that would like to give this kind of thing a go, but is nervous about doing it, there's a couple of things that you can do. Firstly, do it with someone else, do it with a friend. So that's, you know, it's not as scary when you do it that way. Plan ahead, you know, make sure that you go in when it's good weather. Do something a little bit closer to home, so don't be going climbing a mountain and stuff like that. And set yourself some boundaries. Like, for instance, for me, I'm never going to go out intentionally in bad weather because I know that I won't enjoy it. If it was absolutely pissing down a rain now, windy as hell, I would not be enjoying this. If I go out and it happens to be like that, the weather turns or what have you, because you're never going to be able to stop that, then so be it, I deal with it. But I'm never going to be one of these storm chasers. I'm never going to be one of these people that just does it on YouTube to get clicks and views. Because for me, I do this because I enjoy it. I do this because I enjoy the hiking beforehand. I love the scenery. You know, I love the views, all of that. I love being on my own. Like, I've had a couple of camps where I've gone out with a friend, and that's brilliant. But ultimately, I do like being on my own as well. That's a challenge in itself. And yeah, I just love the peace and quiet. And slowly but surely, I'm gaining more experience. I'm setting up quicker. I'm handling like the carnage and the mess around camp a lot better. I'm packing up quicker. I'm packing my rucksack more efficiently. And I've learned a lot in the 8 months that I've been doing this, like since the start of the year. And I'm really, really enjoying it. And that's why I continue to do it. I'm not, you know, that's another thing. You shouldn't do something like this just because you want to impress other people. In fact, I mean, in any, you shouldn't do anything to try and impress other people. Do you, do what makes you happy. So, to sum up, if you'd like to wild camp but fear's getting in the way, work out and work from a logical standpoint as to whether those fears are reasonable enough to stop you from doing it. Because if you really want to do it, you'll make it happen. If you don't want to do it and it's just a nice thought, that's okay. Just watch people on YouTube doing it. That's fine. It's not for everybody. But ultimately, don't let fear stop you from doing the things that you'd like to do or like to try or like to experiment with. And certainly don't do it, or certainly don't not do it, for the fear of what other people think, because that is the worst case ever. Who cares what other people think? As long as you're happy and you're not hurting anybody else, then go ahead and do it. And that's what I say. I know I've rambled on. I do like doing these little discussions with deggers. If I can inspire just one person that watches my channel to get out there and experience something like this, fantastic. I'll see you in the morning. Nighty night. Ugh. Do you know what, gang? Don't know if I can be arsed making drinks and that this morning. Just gonna have some water and then I'll eat my banana and my fruit on my way down off this hill. So I'm just gonna get up now and get packed away and get off home, because unfortunately, bit of cloud, bit of mist, and it doesn't look like I'm going to get the sunrise that I was hoping for, unfortunately. So yeah, I'm going to pack up and I'll come back to you when I'm ready to walk off the hill. Always leave no trace. Right, let's get off this hill. Doesn't matter how many times you come to somewhere like this. You just never get bored of it. Oh, yeah. It's like I always say, the camera just never does it justice as to how steep and how dangerous places like this can be. Well, this is more like it. This is a little bit different to when we walked through yesterday, isn't it? And this is just how I like it. I'm glad I've been able to do this, because the last time that I came, all this was flooded. You literally just could not cross the stones. The water was like probably so much higher than the actual stones themselves. Absolutely stunning. What a lovely place when it's not full of people. Do you know what? Might get my thumbnail here. Let's do it. And also pick up some more rubbish, because inevitably there's always a see you next Tuesday about, or shall we say quite a few see you next Tuesdays about. Well, there you have it then, gangsters. The best time to come to the Dovedale stepping stones is at 7:30 on a Tuesday morning after a bank holiday, when everybody's worn themselves out. Guys, what another fantastic trip. I've had a fantastic time. I hope you've enjoyed it as much as I have. So once again, guys, I'd like to thank you for watching. I will see you next time. All the best, and ta-ra for a bit.